Today, outside, the artist, Knittaz, is yarn bombing our store.
Do you know what it's gonna be? Or?
No, I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be. She's gonna put yarn all over the fence and shit. I don't know. I told you I didn't prepare ahead of time. I do everything I can to not know what's going on here, and now you're like quizzing me. I'm so glad Steven didn't make it in yet.
Hi, I'm Steven, otherwise known as StevenBe.
Here today at StevenBe, we have a graffiti yarn artist who's known here locally, Knittaz.
Calls herself a yarn bomber, but I'm going with graffiti, okay?
It's gonna be nice to have some actual yarn out in front.
In particular, hot pink, Steven's favorite color.
Knittaz is yarn bombing the outside of our store, so it can look as chaotic and yarny as the inside of our store.
We have the giant sign that says things like yarn and knit, but every time somebody comes in here and they've never been here before, they're like, I didn't even know what this was. I can assume they're not all illiterate, but it looks relatively innocuous from the outside.
I think it's important to us to show the community on the outside all the wonderful things that happen here, and I think this installation is a great way to move that forward.
At StevenBe, we try really hard to stay involved with the community. We have our whole charity that we run. We just got done collecting over 3,000 hats for the homeless, and we like to be a part of our neighborhood, and I think it's good to bring a little bit more art to the area.
We've got two artists, both Steven and our yarn bomber, here creating, and it'll be exciting to see what they end up with.
Steven is absolutely gonna get involved. Now, we have this wonderful artist, and she's gonna be putting her flair and her flavor and what she does into this installation. He's gonna have a really hard time staying hands-off.
I think there isn't a chance in hell that Steven won't StevenBe this yarn bombing.
Go down that way more, keep going. So let's analyze the word yarn graffiti. It should be random, impromptu, and fun. But there's me who needs to micromanage everything, so I'm out there analyzing the dimensions, the quality of the knit workmanship, whether it's legible from how fast a car drives by or not. I was amazed at how nice I was. My staff would have been proud of me.
Everybody who works here, we're gonna be adding a little piece of ourselves to this installation so that, we're represented out there.
This square represents my positive attitude, and it's as bright as I am joyful.
This is the square that I am going to be contributing. To me, it symbolizes the long and bumpy road that has brought me here.
I'm a very traditional fiber artist, so this is my little bit in the traditional sense. I like the classic color combination. It's more like me.
The cables are like Steven in that they're twisted and confusing, but apparently there was a plan for them the whole time.
It has this very transitional aspect to it. It grew from kind of a haphazard, not sure what it wants to be, to just a little reset moment, and it meanders into its next phase.
They're all gonna be putting up a square. I've got a whole blanket to put up. It's bigger and better than everyone else's because I have to be the star of even the fence. I guess mine's the same size as everyone else's. But it's very colorful, and it'll go with all my outfit changes. My summer was all about neon and colorful, so it fits in well.
What has Steven brought into your life that you're thankful for?
Oh, good God. Okay. You're gonna have to give me a second on that one.
Working for Steven is a constant and sometimes energetic, sometimes exhausting, creative roller coaster.
I know I'm hard to work for. I can't see it, but I accept it that other people have told me that.
I compare it to, some days it's like I work in the Situation Room at the White House, and then other days it's like I'm working for Miranda Priestley in The Devil Wears Prada.
I want it my way, and I want to be the best, because if I'm going to spend any time in my life doing it, I want it to be the best.
Sometimes he can be exceptionally demanding and unrealistic, in my opinion, of what he wants, but he has also taught me in that challenge that things are possible that you never believed you could actually do.
Steven's given me a lot of opportunities here to kind of flex my own design wings and to display my own stuff. I've really gotten to make a lot of things that I don't necessarily think I would have even thought to make before.
I can be pretty uptight, and I think all of my coworkers will attest to that. And Steven has pushed me to get out there, to get myself out there and show people what I'm capable of. I'm very thankful for someone pushing me to excel with what my potential is, creatively and also from a business standpoint.
I think anyone that undertakes something should do it to the best of their possible ability. So then I'm here to teach them how to go beyond and make it ultimate.
Working for Steven is just sunshine and rainbows all day, every day.
I've had a lot of staff over the years, and in general, what they bring to me is a sense of reality, because sometimes I live in a fantasy world of how it all should be, and not all the world works on the same plane as I do. So I appreciate that, and I try to accept it. Really hard for me. And I know they do honestly love me and the whole concept, and when I can't see that, sometimes they remind me to take a deep breath. Slap of reality.
What has Steven brought into your life that you could live without?
I think opposite problem. I think really, I am searching here to find one thing that Steven does that I could live without. I mean, it's really a challenging question, but probably if I had to come up with something, it would be the chaos.
Okay. Can make it. Yeah.
Steven is someone who likes something to go over the top, unexpected, and make everything a spectacle.
I could probably live without the rapid fire change of ideas. He comes up with new ones before you've halfway gotten through the last one.
There's definitely some extra anxiety, which can be a good anxiety, but I can live without it sometimes. I start my day immediately thinking StevenBe. It's the last thing I think about before I go to bed. I'd like my thoughts back.
I could totally live without a lot of the drama. There's been a long-standing thing where it feels often that my lack of panic has equaled a lack of urgency. It seems like I don't take things as seriously. I just feel like it doesn't do anybody good if I'm panicking on the outside. If I stay calm, I can get some stuff done.
Well, it's always a experience here at StevenBe.
Managing people is a pain in the ass. As much as you love them, it's like having kids. Sometimes you just want to whack them upside the head. And I can't. So I have to, behave myself.
As much as there's crazy, weird drama and stuff, I'm super lucky right now to have a job where I can do goofy stuff, and it's part of my job. Jeremy and I got to play with toys for an entire afternoon and make a Star Wars yarn trailer. We're like framing scenes with two lights in the background to get the two setting suns on Tatooine. This is ridiculous. And this is my life. I get paid to do this stuff.
And I have good employees. Sometimes I have great employees. I'm teaching them how to be amazing employees. I have a great saying. Knitting used to be a hobby, and now it's a business. It's two different things. So I'm just saying, if you like to knit, keep it at home in your knitting basket.
Knitting used to be pretty boring or common, very predictable. But now it is fashionable and artistic, and my knitting can be anything.
Knitting used to be for old ladies and grandmas, and now it's totally rad.
Knitting used to be peaceful, but now it's giving me hives.
Knitting used to be something that happened on porches in Wisconsin or in the prairies of Iowa. It was never something in my life. Knitting now is my life, my world. It's a big spinning ball of yarn.
It's not just for grandmas in a rocking chair. It's for everybody, and knitters come in all types and sizes.
Knittaz for life.
Knittaz for life.
Knittaz for life.
I'm not doing that. I'm not Knittaz for lifing. You don't get one.
You just gave one.
God damn it.
What's up, my knitters?
Knitters for life. I don't think that's appropriate.
Knitters for life.
Okay, I'm gonna need another step so that I can figure out how to phrase this. I think what Steven brought into my life that I'm thankful for, for everything else about him, he's always fearlessly and unapologetically himself. and doesn't really care what other people have to say about it. And although that can be not always super fun to deal with every day, it's really something that I think I learned about myself, was that I was really concerned about what other people perceived. And since I started working here, I like to be myself, and I'm gonna keep doing that regardless of what other people might say about it.